Oh boy. All right, all right. What is going on, everyone? And welcome back to the Go Getaways Travel Podcast. My name is Josh, and of course, each and every week I am joined by my friend and co-host Matt. How we doing, man?
What's going on, Josh? For a second there, you forgot what podcast you were on. Missed a podcast. Forgot.
No way.
You just lost track of what you were doing. It's okay.
Do you hear that?
Well, that's like
That's good. That means it's a good night.
So welcome to the podcast. This week, we are joined by a newbie. It's her first time. Give it up for Amanda. Loving those ears.
Yeah.
How we doing?
So be gentle on me, okay, guys?
We will do our best. If this is your first time listening to the podcast, whether it is right now, in your car, on a bike, running, walking, sitting, sleeping, whatever you're doing, Go Getaways is a full-service travel planning agency here to help you plan your next destination vacation, whether you have big kids, small kids, or no kids at all. There's my video clip that I was looking for. Oh, it does not fit the whole screen. This is the problem with StreamYard sometimes.
But we love StreamYard.
4K videos don't always work properly. But so we can help you plan your next destination vacation. We are a full-service travel planning agency specializing in Disney vacations. Oh, what's that? Somebody's got some background going on there. I just heard some sound like me.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
Oh, that's weird. That is so weird. Yeah. So we are a earmarked agency. Sorry. And so we know what we're talking about when it comes to Disney vacations, and whether that's Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, or Adventures by Disney, we can help you plan your next vacation. And big news, right? I talked about it earlier on our other podcast.
I thought you were going to save it for ours. I was kind of disappointed by that.
I know. I'm sorry, but Pam told me to start putting it out there. So ours
you could have segued it in to make sure to watch tonight.
That's true. I could have done that, but I am not good at segues, like ever. I'm the worst.
It's okay. We still love you, but we'll let you make the big announcement.
Well, why don't you make the big? I made it first. Why don't you make it now? How about that?
I hate to say, I'd rather you make it because I'm not going.
Oh, okay. So the big announcement, if you weren't listening earlier on our WDW Couple podcast, is Go Getaways is planning a group trip to Japan in 2023. This is, I believe, March 26th to March 31st.
Yep.
It is 6 days and 5 nights with the option to extend your trip, which most of us will end up doing on the end of our trip to spend a little bit more time at Tokyo Disney and, get to enjoy all of those really great things over there. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be fantastic. And, we've been working really hard trying to get an itinerary put together. So if you are interested, you can email info@goldgelgetaways. I don't have my banner up here, so I have to make one real quick. Take it away, Matt.
Yep. So it's going to be info@goldgelgetaways.com. Subject title, Japan 2023. And this is, Josh, I have a lot of the paperwork in front of me right now, and I'm kind of reading it. It's a lot of the sightseeing tours. It's going to be guided tours, correct?
That is correct. To my knowledge, we will have a guide with us for those things. So, it should be just like a regular kind of like group trip. If you've ever done an ABD, an Adventures by Disney, this would be pretty similar. Not exactly the same, obviously, but pretty similar.
I'm looking at like excursion to Mount Fuji. That's kind of amazing.
And I think that's probably the one thing that I'm looking forward to the most is getting to see that. Obviously, we're going to have some time in the city itself. I mean, you cannot go to Tokyo and not get to experience a lot of the culture, a lot of the cuisine. There's so much to do and see. So, and it was really hard. It was really, really tough to kind of narrow down a lot of what's happening because what Pam and I had to do was basically go through and really narrow down some of the excursions that we could do each day.
Right.
So,
yeah, you end up with Tokyo Disneyland on the back end. You know what I mean? You got a couple days just explore. You got a culinary tour day mixed in there.
Right.
Mount Fuji. I mean, a lot of opportunities. Oh, the cherry blossoms. You know what I mean? I know that was a big thing that I want to say Taylor wanted to see. That was something right on her.
Yeah.
On
I mean,
her bucket list.
I think we were both really excited to see them. I don't know that we will get that opportunity. It really just kind of depends on the climate and kind of when they get started and how far. I'm trying to think if they start north and head south, or vice versa. But we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, but this looks like a great trip. Obviously, unfortunately, it doesn't fit into my real world schedule.
Yeah.
Playing real world.
As of right now, unless I win Powerball or something like that. Josh and I talked about my Powerball plans if I win. Yeah, but great opportunity, bucket list, once in a lifetime trip. Anybody interested in more detailed information, info@gogavgetaways.com. Subject Japan 2023. Remember, this is 2023, so you got a little bit of time to spread some payments out and all stuff like that, and get ready for. I wouldn't even call that that's not even a revenge vacation for me. That's not even a hashtag revenge vacation. That's like the vacation.
That's like gold vacation.
That's like the vacation. But
it's a once in a lifetime trip, no doubt about that. So
anybody interested, make sure to shoot us an email and we'll get you some more information as most of our agents will be getting all that information over the next day or two. Josh, any word from Adam? I'm going there.
So Adam, the last I had heard, and if Pam's watching, she will correct us, no doubt. But the last I had heard, Adam was putting together a list of some of those cooking classes. I told him that people were asking about it. And that was kind of the last I had heard. So I'm not sure yet. Maybe I'll have to go over there and twist his arm and come up with some ideas myself. Maybe
which really means you're just going to go over there to have him cook you something. And discuss as gentlemen.
Listen, we have to do what we have to do. So I mean. He makes what was it that we had the last time I was over there? It was so good. It was amazing. He makes like a ton of food. Oh my gosh. I can't even remember now. It's been a while, but I'll talk to Pam and get a hold of Adam. And before I forget, I will send a message right now because I will forget.
We'll press her for the first of the year. I think first of the year, give Adam the holidays off. We'll see what happens. We got any? Obviously, Josh, like we've talked about over the past couple of weeks, we have the group cruise. Sorry, not the group cruise, the blocks. We still have those room blocks, especially as it's getting colder up here in the Northeast. These are school vacation weeks for the kids. So we have room blocks, which room blocks are rooms that we have put aside already with our relationship with Royal Caribbean at a little bit lower rate than a normal person can get them at.
Right.
You're going to be traveling on February 19th, 2022, 7 nights on the Royal Caribbean Symphony of the Seas, leaving out of Miami, with stops on Perfect Day, Antigua, and St. Thomas. That same itinerary is what you'll be doing in April, leaving on April 16th. Once again, for all us people up in the Northeast, that's your school vacation. It's going to get cold. It's going to get miserable up here. Nobody likes snow, somewhat.
That's why I moved.
That's your time to get down into the Caribbean, enjoy some fun.
And it's a great time, too. I mean, that's traditionally when Taylor and I were still living up north, we would take our cruises in January. And even after that, I mean, because it's a great break. Get away from the colds. January, February, March, it's a great time.
Look, living in the South, I would even appreciate that. I mean, it gets cold down here, right? Like in the 40s.
Right.
Yes, that's true. I mean, it gets down into the 30s here in Florida sometimes, in Central Florida. I mean, it can be rough. So it's if you're looking for, we're using that hashtag revenge vacation. If you're looking for something to do, you can't really decide. I know that there's still a little maybe unsure about taking a cruise right now in the current climate. Let me tell you this, from everybody that we know, everybody that we've been talking to, Pam just did a cruise not too long ago. She just did another one last week. This is one of the best times to go right now because there's nobody on the ships. So you can enjoy so many different amenities without having to deal with a bunch of other people, which is just absolutely fantastic. Right. So it is a great time to go. If you're interested, definitely hit it up. Because, again, remember, if you book with us, your price is probably going to be cheaper than what you're going to see online because we have those room rates locked in. So,
and that's going to go to that's events at GoGetAways.com.
Yes, let me throw that up. Events at GoGetAways.com. That's my little
February vacation, April vacation in the subject title. And we'll have an agent get back to you.
Perfect.
I just got a message from Pam. Did you get the same message?
Well, I just text her, so
she's actually watching. So hi, Pam. And they've been extremely busy, and they'll try to figure something out. So we'll readdress that come first of the year when we get towards the 1 year anniversary.
What if we did something where I pretended to be a chef, and then we just have Adam critique everything that I do?
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. I'm just thinking of we could do something, maybe later this month, maybe a few kind of cooking classes in December, and I can just butcher everything, and then Adam will just, maybe he pops on, he says, C for effort. You wanna know how to actually cook? Come take one of my classes, right? That's
that might work. But
I can make cocktails, but food sometimes is tough.
You are the mixologist. Yes. Josh, I'm going to let you take this one. It's the cruise that we all look forward to.
Perfect. I am so looking forward to this cruise. Taylor is as well. And this is going to be our group cruise that has been rescheduled now. Was supposed to be this past year. Sad face crying that we didn't get to do it. But we have rescheduled. We are going on the Ovation of the Seas out of Seattle next year in July. And we're going to be taking on Alaska and doing some amazing sightseeing. We're going to be doing some excursions. Matt, don't even get started on those yet.
I already have my book.
Oh no, what's happening?
What is that?
Can you hit my thing? It's my battery.
You would have
I have a non-Sony battery in there, so sometimes it acts up a little bit. Anyways, we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff. It's going to be great. We had an amazing time on our last group cruise. We got some shirts made. We had some lanyards. We are still in touch with so many of these wonderful people. And, of course, you have to see the dance moves. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, my rhythm was a little off there with my tones. But I play this every time. Every time. The voice from the beyond, everybody, if you heard that. Oh yeah, Finding Dory. So it's a fantastic time. If you're interested, events at GoGetAways.com. There's still plenty of space left on the ship, and honestly, I'm really hoping that maybe there still aren't very many people sailing when we take this cruise, because it'd be amazing to have a ship that is only maybe half full. We can really take advantage of what's on the ship. We will definitely be doing a little bit of drinking. We're going to be doing a little bar crawl, probably dining at some of the restaurants, and then of course just taking advantage while we're in port and hopefully seeing some whales. This is, if you've ever been interested in photography, this is going to be a great trip for you to do as well. So I've already told Taylor that we are renting some very, very good camera equipment for this trip, so I'm super excited. But if you're interested, events at GoGetAways.com. It is up on the screen. Excuse me. And you can put in there Alaska group cruise or Alaska 2022, something like that. We'll know.
The fun part with this, Josh, is especially as we're getting towards the sale time, like the Black Fridays. There's going to be a lot of those excursions and stuff like that.
That's why we haven't booked anything, Matt. I mean, seriously.
And I don't know if it's going to be like some other cruise lines. You're going to have to book your excursions through the cruise line due to the fact of with COVID regulations, if there is any regulations when we get to that point.
True.
I see a comment here. Monica, we were talking about Japan. Yes. That is going to be March 2023. It is not a cruise.
Yes,
it is just
correct.
it's
just a land. It's like a land
sightseeing trip with a Tokyo Disneyland on the back end.
Yep.
If you're interested, info@gogelgetaways.com and we can get you the information. Bam. There it is.
There it is.
Even though I think Pam wanted us to use events, but hey, it is what it is.
Well, it is what it is now.
I won't tell if you won't. But
she's watching, she saw.
Yeah, she's not in the chat though. So it's no fun.
She's watching on her TV, she said.
Making fun of us, probably.
I see. I got the list. I'm just looking at what we've got here. So I won't reveal what this list is, just because I don't know if we're actually going to do it. But cool. All right, go ahead. Moving on. What do we got?
I mean, we were going to kind of go into this week with kind of an open slate of. Kind of knew something was going to happen over this week, just due to the holiday season, and some news came out today that kind of needs to be talked about, especially with Disney. And of course, if that happens, is my computer just timed out and just got off the page that I wanted to be on for this.
Yes, so did mine. It's okay.
But as everybody probably heard, Disney Cruise Lines today announced that guests ages 5 and older must be fully vaccinated against COVID-19 for departures beginning January 13th. Like, I know it's not the greatest news in the world. So
yeah, I mean, it's
start with this one, Josh. Like, I get it, but
what'd you say? Sorry, you cut out.
I don't know where to start. Like I understand why, but like it also sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's inevitable. Obviously, I haven't seen actually any more news actually come out about the big fight that DeSantis was having with the cruise lines, and them requiring vaccination status. But I think that it was inevitable that this was going to happen. It just makes sense. It is, maybe a point to where more people are vaccinated on the ship. We don't have to wear a mask inside. I mean, who knows? Everybody knows that sometimes being on a cruise ship is kind of like being in a petri dish. You're within close quarters. I know not everybody likes to hear that, but right. I mean, you just do everything that you can do to keep yourself safe while you're on board. Bring your own hand sanitizer if you want. Use the ship's hand sanitizer. It really doesn't matter. Go double up. Right. Whatever makes you feel most comfortable. But I think that this was inevitable. It was going to happen. Right. And unfortunately, if you're not okay with it, you might have to wait a little while before you can start sailing again. So,
Disney also announced that you had to have vaccinations.
Who's that?
Adventures by Disney.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. And with that being said, Adventures by Disney is probably even a little bit more different, because as we start to get back into international travel, especially with Adventures by Disney, it's probably even more important. I think you probably will have an easier time traveling with Adventures by Disney than you will doing it yourself, because Disney comes with a name recognition, of course. But is it going to go anywhere? I don't know.
Right.
It's
kind of like you just, unfortunately, I hate to use this term, you kind of got to roll with the punches a little bit right now. There's nothing.
Right.
If you want to travel, you kind of got to, unfortunately, follow the guidelines. If you can't, you're just gonna have to wait a little bit. You really can't.
Right.
Like, I understand the disappointment that people have on this. I get it, but I mean, they're in place for a reason. They're not in it just to make people's lives miserable at this point, unfortunately.
And well, I was just gonna say too. The other thing with that is that if getting vaccinated right now, or whatever, is not for you, it's not within, whatever, you do you. there are plenty of other things that you can always do. You can always reach out to us at gogogetaways.com to get some other ideas for planning. An amazing trip that you could take, which you can't eat inside at some places as I say this, but it's taking a trip out to California. Taylor and I just did one. And, we didn't have like a real set itinerary, but, we flew into Vegas. We drove up the coast, stayed in a couple of different places and got to see a lot of just like natural wonders, so to speak. And for the most part, I don't think anybody was really requiring you to be vaccinated, as far as I know, unless you went inside to eat somewhere, but in California. But there's a lot of different things that you can go do right now if you are looking for something to do, but you're kind of worried about that whole vaccine type of deal. So feel free to always email us because there's somebody who can help you.
Right. The one thing I'm looking at here, the Adventures by Disney, it doesn't give like a date, age cutoff like it does for the cruise. So like, I think that's something that we're going to have to find a little bit more information about.
Well, I think with ABD sometimes I think they actually require, and they may not give an age cutoff because again they may just be following the same protocol as Disney Cruise Line. But I think ABD sometimes has an age requirement to actually go on those, where you have to be a certain age. So. Their limit might be 5 years old or whatever, and up.
Right.
For
yeah,
that.
I'm looking right now on the Adventures by Disney, and it's nothing about the vaccine, but it's pretty much the same policy Disney has as
right.
Like ages 2 and up with masks if it's required.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, that's some of the bad news. Go with some of the good news stuff.
What's the happy stuff?
I mean, we are getting into the holiday season, which is everybody's favorite time of the year. And if you probably saw Josh and Taylor's video from yesterday, a lot of the Christmas decorations are out there around the parks. Josh, I want to, before we go into this, correct me if I'm wrong. Contemporary, no gingerbread house.
That's correct. There will be no gingerbread display this year at all in the Contemporary. They just, I guess they didn't have time to do it, or they may just not have had enough staff to do it. Again, Disney is having an issue. I think not necessarily getting people to come back to work, but literally just finding people to work. When everything happened with COVID, everybody left and went back home for the most part and have, found new jobs or doing something else. They don't need to come back to Disney World or to Florida to work. So, but yeah, no gingerbread display.
Yeah, but there's other options. Grand Floridian still has their display, right? That's nothing changed.
It is a good one, right?
I would say that's probably almost maybe the best.
Well, it's certainly always the premiere, and this year it has the 50th, coloring worked into it. So,
and then. Obviously, Wilderness Lodge has the big tree and all the decorations. Did you get? I only watched bits and pieces of the video. I'm guilty. I'm sorry. I didn't get to watch the whole thing.
Don't hurt my feelings.
Coronado Springs, was their tree up? I know they're usually known for a big tree.
So we only visited the monorail resorts basically around Magic Kingdom, and then of course Wilderness Lodge isn't technically part of that, but we consider it part of that because
that loop, right?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty easy to get to. So we haven't actually ventured out to anywhere else, but we do know that like Beach Club, Yacht Club, Boardwalk, all of that stuff, like all of them have their stuff up for the most part. Right. I'm not sure that all gingerbread displays are out this year because again, Contemporary does not have one. 2 years ago, 2019, even Wilderness Lodge had a gingerbread display.
Right.
So,
I remember that Marianne, Melinda, and myself ended up going over to there.
Yeah. So, again, we still have not gotten back to totally normal. So there are little things that are a little bit different, but, we'll get there.
Yeah, but I look at those kind of opportunities right there as like, I actually have friends that are down there right now and their day off is actually today. And they're like, oh, what do we do? It's, is it chilly down there, Josh? Because they're like, we don't want to go in the pool. Or was today nice?
Today I think was okay. The last couple of days have been around like in the 50s in the morning, and then it's getting up to almost 80s, maybe
All right.
like mid 70s.
Yeah. Well,
So, I
they
mean, are
asked
they
me
from the
like,
Northeast?
Michigan.
Oh, and you're
Mhm.
telling me they're saying it's too cold to get in the water?
He said it was a little chilly.
What?
He said it was a little chilly. Hey, I'm not
Yes,
going to judge
they're
them.
heated. Come on.
They're my friends, and I don't judge them. But they asked me like, "Hey, what on a today's our non-park day, as we refer to it. What's
Yeah.
something we can do with our boys?" And it's like a lot of the Christmas decorations are up, and the one thing that I'm a big fan of, and I know they're probably doing it probably right about now, is the Christmas tree trail at
Disney Springs.
Disney Springs.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that's a great. I hate to use the word killer of time, but it's a great killer of time.
A use of time. Come on.
Sorry, use of time. So.
Well, I think the other thing too is that it's an option for you to do something that doesn't cost you anything.
Right.
Right.
Mhm.
Obviously, it's here I go down the rabbit hole of saying things I probably shouldn't, but it certainly is a ploy by Disney to draw you into Disney Springs to hopefully buy some food, buy some souvenirs, merchandise, whatever you want to call it, drinks, while you make your way around to see the trail or all the trees, so to speak. So, because is it actually a trail this year? Like, is it back to the trail, or are they're scattered again? Right?
I'm not 100% sure.
I think they're scattered again, because I saw last week. I went and saw while Taylor was in LA. I went and saw, what did I see? Oh, Eternals. And when I went in, there was nothing out. And then whenever I came out, which was at like 1:30 in the morning, they had a bunch of stuff that got put up. So I'm pretty sure that they're kind of spread out again this year. It's not.
It's spread out throughout the neighborhoods of Disney Springs. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep,
So
yep.
I understand why, but I like the going down like in 2019 going down that path.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Back and back. Yep.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like you take one turn and you see one based on Aladdin, and then you take another turn and you see one based on Lion King and Cinderella and Snow White, and so many different options and great photo ops of those trees.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They're doing a new thing this year where if you find all the Christmas trees throughout Disney Springs, then you get a treat after you find them all.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, you can get a treat.
So Josh can get a cookie.
I
We're not
Listen,
going to go. We're not.
I thought we were trying to keep it positive.
We are. You can get a cookie. Congratulations, you got a cookie. We never said you have to eat it.
Give it away.
But like, yeah, that's a fun holiday activity to do. Obviously, we have the Christmas after hours. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go negative. I'm not going to go positive. It's just I wouldn't do it, but that's just me. Obviously, after doing the Halloween one, I'm with you, Josh. I know you've talked about it in your videos. Is the value's just not there for the time frame of the party. Yeah. Unfortunately, you know what I mean. Did I come out of there with 7 pounds of candy? Yeah. Right. Did I crush about 8 Cokes? Yeah. And did I eat probably a pound of popcorn? Yeah. But I don't see that as a very successful after hour party.
Yeah, I mean it's tough, and everybody else, everybody gets to make their own decision when it comes to spending money on your vacation. But again, I mean, if you're looking to get a lot of the holiday spirit, and you don't really want to spend the money, or maybe you don't have the money, a couple of things that we talked about already, right? Going around the resorts and going down to Disney Springs, you can see all of that stuff. It doesn't cost you anything extra. Totally free. Even if you're staying over at Universal, you're staying off property somewhere else, you can drive over, park at Disney Springs and see the trees. And then, maybe you want to go see the stuff over at Magic Kingdom. Take a bus from Disney Springs to the Contemporary or Wilderness Lodge, to one of those resorts. You can do that. Nobody's going to stop you. Again, doesn't cost you anything. It's a great option.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. It's a great way to save some money and enjoy your time with your travel party. I'm just trying to think of some other cool things, because I know some things came out today that like we really don't need to get into the Galactic Sky cruises. Like, what do the new costumes look like? We can save that for another day. That's like a you and Dave Adams conversation again. That's way out of my league.
Yeah.
But one thing, like shifting gear to Disneyland a little bit, and obviously I'm kind of excited because I get to go to Disneyland after the cruise. Yay me! We're trying to get Josh and Taylor to join, but we'll see what happens there.
Right.
Is they're going to reimagine Toontown?
Yes.
Which stinks, because it's just like I like that area, but I also think it needs to be done.
Amanda, have you been
Yeah.
to Disneyland?
Yep.
Amanda, have you been though?
Oh.
No, you have not been? Okay.
Not. We lived in California for like 2 years, and
Oh man, did you ever see Toontown or Toontown Land, whatever, here in Walt Disney World?
I did. I was like 4, but yeah.
Okay.
Pictures with it.
Okay, so like for me, whenever I came on my first trip, which was back in 2009 with Taylor's family, it was still around, and I don't really remember it at all. I didn't take any photos of it because I don't know, back in the day, I was like 18. I didn't have the foresight to see where I would be later, 10, 15 years down the road. But we got to experience Toontown back in 2018, 2019 when we were at Disneyland in March. And it was really cool. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was, a fun little place for kids. So I can see, kind of like what you were saying, Matt, where it kind of needs an update for sure. So did they give us all the details on what it's being reimagined?
I'm trying to spit through it right now.
I will be sad to see Roger Rabbit go. I thought that was super cool. You do the ride through, and then you've got like all of these, like what do you call the Toontown stuff over there at Disneyland? Like all the like the gags,
Yeah, the gags.
Yeah, they're like the gag things, It was a lot of fun. I mean, Taylor and I hung out in there for we spent like a couple of hours in there just walking around and exploring and seeing everything there was. So I'm sure it'll be a nice big change, though.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right here, Josh. The main area is going to be called Centennial Park, which is actually kind of comical.
That is pretty funny.
Okay.
And it's going to be the first space guests see when they enter Toontown.
Okay. And somebody just said that actually Roger Rabbit isn't going anywhere, so that's good. Cool.
Sharon coming up big with the info right there. Go Getaway's agent. And then it looks like the beloved homes of Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, and Donald are still going to stick. I remember, so I was in Disneyland, I'm going to say 5-6 years ago now. That's where I actually met. I'm not going to say met Mickey Mouse, but like not for the first time. Like we go way back. I have months speed down. We were actually on a VIP tour of Disneyland, and we actually had our own private meeting with Mickey in his house.
Oh,
which was
like in Toontown?
Wow,
yeah, in Toontown.
Oh, that's cool.
We got to go through a back entrance of his house. He was there waiting for us. It was really cool. Hoping to experience that again if anybody's watching.
Okay.
On Beth.
Yeah.
But like being able to kind of like jump and be immersed into their homes, or like their style is the cartoon style of it is really, I think, really what sells Toontown to me. Which
yeah, absolutely, 100%.
And the thing about it is this won't be ready until 2023, so we got a little bit of time.
Yeah.
My kids would love it. Like, I need to get them out there. That'd be cool.
You mean Swan Reserve open, Josh? I'm kind of excited about that. I know a lot of people were concerned because that kept getting pushed off and pushed off and pushed off.
I'm excited. I think Taylor and I are looking forward to getting over there and trying some of the new dining options. I will still always stick to my guns. I was a little disappointed that the rooftop is just event space and not a restaurant. Missed opportunity, in my opinion. But You know what? Hey, you're looking to do a wedding. The Swan Reserve, that whole event space up top is going to be a beautiful location to do something like that. Especially if you nail it just at the right time so that you got like the evening hours, and you'll be able to see fireworks, I think, because it looks like the windows are on both sides. You should be able to see them from like Epcot and Magic Kingdom, I think, depending on, I'm trying to think of how the windows are situated right now in my head, but it should be a really great space. It'll be beautiful, I'm sure.
Yeah, I have a client staying there in January. Your friend Amanda, Josh.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what she stays in hotels. She knows what it's like. So I'm curious on her firsthand experience on the new resort.
Yeah.
What else do we got? I think we talk about this one because I know we talked about it before we went on the air. We talked about it a little bit last week. A little bit about this big Royal Caribbean World Cruise a little bit.
Oh, yes.
How are they going to pull this bad boy off and fill in that ship? With
I don't know. I mean, if they start lowering prices, maybe we can, maybe we can take a look and see.
we might have to call our boy Kirk up and see if you can get some TA rates on this one.
Right.
But
That'd be amazing.
I don't know if anybody actually saw this. Royal Caribbean came out probably about 3 weeks ago with what they're calling the World Cruise, which will be starting out of Miami, December 2023. So if you look at it this way, you can go on the nice Japan trip early in the year and end it
There you go.
strong with the World Cruise.
Yes.
That's hashtag
Ultimate vacation.
vacation. Exactly.
Actually, you know what? I just want to throw this out here real quick, Matt. Shameless plug for myself doing photography and video production. If anybody out there is doing this world cruise and is looking to have their world cruise documented so they can have lifetime memories for the rest of their lives,
Yes.
Feel free. I won't charge you a cent other than maybe
on the
the cost of my room, so
I can hold a camera boom like nobody else.
okay.
Look, I can do lighting, okay? I'm in there too. Come on.
Perfect.
But I mean, it's like just looking at this, it's just like
It's incredible.
it's mind blowing on how awesome it is. And I see Sharon, sounds like there's a wait list for suites already. No surprise. I mean, those are the big spenders that are going to have the money in hand to make this happen.
Mm.
If anybody has one of those suites and needs someone to get drinks for them, or like
A baby.
Matt, they have people working that'll get drinks for them.
no, but like
All right.
I'm willing to make stuff happen.
I think you got to go a little further than that, so
Hey, this is a family friendly show. But like leaving out of Miami, and just the stops, I mean, you're in Brazil on New Year's. I mean, just Machu Picchu and Peru in end of January. Then now you're getting into February. And the best part about that, you're in Hawaii and the French Polynesian in February. Even though you're mostly at sea, there's a lot of different stops in Hawaii. Like I said, French Polynesian. March, Great Barrier Reef.
That's good stuff.
What cruise ship is it? It's Royal. Sorry, but what ship is this on? Did they
You're
say?
gonna ask me off the top of my head. I don't have it off the top of my head. Sharon,
I'll get it real
I know
quick.
Sharon probably has it. She's in the chat. But like you're seeing all kinds of like big landmarks, Great Barrier Reef.
I said earlier, it's the Soarin'. It's on cruises, like live Soarin'. You're there.
Great Wall of China, Taj Mahal, like all the big place, the Colosseum in Italy.
Wow, they've got a very specific dedicated page for this world cruise.
Yeah, this is like, and I know some things they were talking about. So like, if I remember correctly, your flight to Miami, I'm assuming it's probably round trip to and from Miami is included. There's a Serenade of the Seas.
Yep. I just saw that.
A pre-cruise party. I think it also includes a hotel stay the night before in Miami. You get the ultimate drink package because if you're on a ship that long, you're going to need to have a few beverages right on.
150 ports of call.
Like, how are they making money on this? They're including so many things. I mean, it's crazy.
And they do your laundry, which is fantastic.
Mm.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I can't wait until.
This says
some
hold on.
blogger is going to be on it, and it's going to be a great.
You get business class airfare, so it's a little bit of an upgrade, right?
Mm-hmm.
Premium transportation between airport, hotel, and the ship. Pre-cruise hotel and gala, 7 new World Wonders, shore excursion, deluxe beverage package, wash and fold laundry service.
Folding too. Hey, that's the worst part of laundry.
Gratuities are included, and internet is included as well. Their Voom, Surf, and Stream, which is something that they really talk a lot about. So, boy.
I want to say, I think we talked about it because I know one of our agents called in to kind of get some pricing. I want to say it was anywhere between $60K to $115, somewhere in that. Like, that's a lot of money. I'm curious what that 60K is going to get you an inside stateroom.
Probably.
Maybe you're inside that shoebox on the.
I hope the internet's really good so you could work from the ship.
Hey, listen.
They're one of the best ones out there.
Well, listen. Here's the thing. If you you will receive a 10% discount if you can pay in full by January 6, 2023.
So I just got to keep playing Powerball.
Exactly. No, if you win the Powerball, you can just buy your own. Buy your own yacht.
Hey, we don't get selfish.
All right. Okay. Hey, I'm just saying, save yourself some money. Maybe, I don't know.
Only if
maybe not.
Only if Captain Lee from Below Deck is going to be the captain of my yacht. That's the only way I'm going to get on a yacht. Just saying.
All right.
But yeah, I think this is a great. Like, if you could pull it off, take this trip.
Oh, absolutely.
Obviously, we know it's not meant for everybody, but if you have that type of financial,
you got a really good inheritance, go on it.
Yeah, I think that's a really, that's a great opportunity right there. Like,
absolutely.
Hopefully Vicky does that as like one of her free cruises. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Should I ask her if my free cruise kind of rolls over to that?
That and plus some.
Yeah. Then some other news. Going back to Disney a little bit because I forgot about this. I had it in my side notes. Hong Kong Disneyland's temporarily closed because of COVID outbreak again.
Oh wow! I didn't see that.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that early today. Put in my notes. Didn't want to be the bearer of bad news, but like, obviously, I don't think many of us right here are going to be going to Hong Kong in the next day or two.
Right.
And then one thing, Josh, that I've started to use a little bit, especially with my last trip, is I started using Magic Mobile, obviously through my phone a little bit. Now you're able to make charges to your hotel room, so it's all it's all connected now, so you can charge stuff.
Which is, I think it's been something that has been needed for a long time now. This has been a long time coming, with just the entire ability to basically just kind of do everything on your phone. I know some people might still be kind of like weary of that, like unsure, but it is one of like the most convenient ways to just do everything while you're there. Mm-hmm. So, and almost everybody always has their phone. Occasionally somebody does lose their phone, but I think more people lose Magic Bands and Key to the World cards than they ever lose their phone. So it's a really great way to kind of worry less, I think.
And I like how it connects to my Apple Watch. So it was right. Yeah. It's pretty much the same as a Magic Band. I don't have to go double barrel Apple Watch Magic Band.
Right.
And get made fun of.
Yeah.
Josh, have you been back over to Port Orleans yet?
We have not been back yet. Not yet.
Got to get some Mickey beignets.
That's what I was going to say.
I know.
That's
Probably in the next, I would say more than likely, in the next couple of weeks. So we've got a little video idea that's, we're working through at the moment. So it'll probably be in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to say, because what's next week? Thanksgiving, right?
Yep.
So yeah, either next week or the following week, we will be back over there.
Awesome. Because I know a lot of people have asked me about Port
I had a
Orleans.
client just got back from there 2 days ago.
Oh, nice. They enjoy it?
She did. She loved it.
Perfect.
That's so good too. So she was really disappointed when they were shut down, and then when they opened up during her dates, she was really excited. So
yeah, awesome. We've got we actually have Port Orleans booked for marathon weekend. So yeah.
And then we can kind of talk just in the last couple minutes, Josh. We can end up with the International Festival of Holidays starts in, what is it, like, what's the date? 2 weeks?
It starts next week, next Friday, actually, the day after Thanksgiving.
So it's November 26th to December.
Festival.
Yes. It's a better place to be than Black Friday shopping, I must say.
You know what I mean? I'm down for throwing elbows and getting the TV at
no way.
70% off.
Gosh, she loves to go out and get shop and stuff. And
I think that was.
I'm on online now.
I think that goes back to my days. I used to work in retail management for Target, and like my favorite day to work was Black Friday.
Oh,
because you just get to watch. No, Josh, the mass chaos that just goes on, and you don't have, like, unfortunately, I know this is a bad thing to say, you don't have to do anything. They're just going to grab a TV. They don't need your help to get the TV. They're going to grab the TV.
They're grabbing
Sure.
They want that $5 blender that's usually $75. They're just going to grab it. You just stand there and just watch the excitement.
I guess.
And now they have self-checkout. You don't got to worry about checking them out either.
Oh my gosh.
But like this, like we're starting strong with this, and so many different food items. Josh, this is your usually go-to, if I remember correctly, right? This is your, like, because you're the cookie guy.
I wouldn't say go-to. It's something that I've enjoyed a little bit more over the past couple of years. So the whole thing with Festival of the Holidays, they used to start it actually before Thanksgiving, because Taylor would always have to work on Thanksgiving. And so poor little old Josh would have to be all by myself for the holiday. So I would go to Epcot, and I'd go back to American Adventure Pavilion, and I would get their basically like Thanksgiving meal. It's really like a American holiday feast or something. I don't remember what the actual name is, but it's turkey, stuffing, mashed potato. Yeah, it's the traditional American stuff. And the last couple of years, they've said we're going to start it on the Friday after Thanksgiving. So luckily, the last couple of years, Taylor has been off. So we've been able to spend Thanksgiving together. But I think it's a really great festival. Again, it's another addition to trying to keep festivals going all year round at Epcot. And yes, I have become known as the cookie connoisseur. Right?
Do you have a shirt for that yet?
Or am I the cookie critic? I can't remember. No, I think Donald's the cookie critic. I'm the cookie connoisseur.
No, I think it's the other way around.
No, I don't think so.
He eats them and you criticize them.
Oh, that's true. So yeah, it's fun. I think what I enjoy most about it, though, is just getting to learn about all the other countries. And of course, like, obviously I've seen the shows before, but it's always just nice kind of getting a little bit more education, I think, on other cultures, which is really kind of like the spirit of Epcot anyways. So, and if getting a couple cookies, kind of helps force families to get back into the countries, I'm all for it, even if they're not the greatest, but
Hey, what you don't like as a cookie might be a fantastic cookie for me. Like, I don't discriminate against cookies.
You should.
Like, I'm looking at some of the menus right here, Josh, and like, I'm not going to be able to get down there the holiday season. I just have one drink that I need you to try.
Okay.
One drink.
Hit me.
It's going to be in Chestnuts and Good Chair Holiday Kitchen, which is going to be near Disney Traders. And I'll send this to you because I'll harass you about it for weeks.
Yes.
It's going
Send it to me tonight.
The gourmet hot chocolate with peanut butter whiskey with whipped cream and candied nuts.
So, okay, read that one more time.
Gourmet hot chocolate.
Yes.
With peanut butter whiskey. whipped cream and candied nuts.
The candied nuts I could do. Whipped cream, but
Well, you can
I'll
get it without
definitely go
whipped
try it. What's is it? Does it not say what the brand is for the
No,
peanut butter whiskey?
I'm gonna guess what is the new peanut butter out there.
Screwball.
Screwball.
Well,
That would be my guess, but
I just saw there's another new one. We actually saw it over at SeaWorld. So maybe it's never mind. I'm gonna save my SeaWorld comments for myself. But I did see another brand of peanut butter whiskey over there. So you know. Quality, I don't know. I didn't get it. So
there's a lot of I'm just spitting through it right now. A lot of I'm seeing what's on the cookie trail for you. Like
yeah. I think there's a new cookie this year. I think it's Ginger Snap, I think is a new one.
I'm seeing a gingerbread cookie at
that's been there.
Okay, that's it. That's a part of the stroll. It tells us that.
Oh yeah, great story. So Eric, so we had our big Gold Girl Getaways kind of convention a couple weeks ago. We did a little tour over at Universal. Fantastic. If you guys have not been to Universal, definitely check out Universal, especially right now. We're talking about holidays. Universal has some amazing holiday stuff going on right now. Eric brought me some apple cobbler cider from down in Tampa, and I felt so bad, but I cracked that can open. I told Eric already. He knows. He asked.
He's the one that just brought it up.
He's like, how was it? But I cracked that can open, and it wasn't just my opinion. Donald and Elliot were there, and of course Taylor was there as well. And we just kind of passed it around so that I had rest assurance that, like, you know, it was not very good. It was awful. Probably the worst that I've ever tried. So it was it's like trying to drink a candle. It was really strange.
Ooh.
Candle.
Yeah, like a cinnamon vanilla, like apple pie candle. It was.
Yeah,
It smelled. The smell was okay.
Not to when anybody at home don't drink a candle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
But not up to par with you, Josh. Not in the cider top 5.
Eric, I would be interested to know if Eric's actually tried it himself, because it was literally the worst thing I've ever had in my life. So,
whoa.
Amanda, are you coming down? Are you going to make it down at all for the holidays?
Low key, it's my kid's Christmas present. So
someone's not watching this episode now.
Yeah,
nice.
No, they're not allowed.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Awesome.
so we've never
That's
been
super cool.
here, so that'll be fun.
Oh, nice.
See how that goes. You're gonna fight all the crowds, so.
I mean, I guess we haven't had any real announcements for New Year's yet. I'm looking to my producer. She's not giving me anything. So,
she's still mad at you from the earlier podcast where you told her you were going to sell all her stuff.
I was going to sell all of her stuff. Oh, you should have just seen that look I just got. It's like just been shot with lasers. Hopefully they're doing a lot of stuff for New Year's. Are you guys going to go to Epcot? Or are you guys going to go to Magic Kingdom?
Magic Kingdom. We got our park reservations.
Okay.
They're all selling out. So.
I mean, it'll still be fun. It won't be as fun as Epcot, but I understand with kids, you might not want to take them to Epcot.
They're young, so
Epcot turns, unfortunately, cover your ears, everybody. But Epcot kind of turns into Universal-ish, more adult vibe on New Year's Eve. So
if it was just my husband and I, we'd be there. But kids, we're gonna go Magic Kingdom. Do that route. So it should be fun. But all park reservations are selling out quickly. So
yes, they are. Yeah.
Booked. You do need to get those.
Yeah, that's something that I had on our notes too. And I know Disney has really been pushing for it. If you are going in that month of December into the early part of January, especially getting into the holidays and all the way into marathon weekend, make sure you have your park reservations booked as soon as you can. Dates are starting to fill up.
Thanksgiving week
right.
gone. Lots of those.
I know.
Oh, is it? We just got Epcot the other day. Actually, we got Epcot today. So that for Friday after Thanksgiving, Black Friday. So
right. I had a client
that's the only one that's open. Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, all sold out for Black Friday.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It was like random last week, Josh, on Friday. I want to say it was either Magic Kingdom or Hollywood Studios. One of them was sold out of the day because that was your friend that you sent me.
Oh yes.
Yeah. And I was lucky I was able to get him a park reservation at Animal Kingdom, which worked out great because they have a little one.
Yep.
And everybody likes animals.
Yep. Absolutely.
But
yeah. What else? Do we have anything else?
I don't think we got anything else. I mean, we got to the point with all our big topics of the week of the vaccines for DCL and
right.
I mean, it is what it is. I'm assuming probably next week we might have a little information on maybe some refurb stuff, some stuff that's opening. Obviously, D23 is coming up over the next couple of days.
Yeah, actually, we should. I mean, maybe next week's podcast should just be talking about all the announcements from D23.
We can definitely do that.
I think that would probably be advantageous to talk about. So, should be some big stuff. I hope.
Right, you would think so. I mean, it's the 50th. I mean, I think Bob Chapek's going to have a lot to say.
Is he going to be there?
Is he? Is he not?
That's a good question.
Guess we'll find out. I mean, I think maybe you might hear the announcement of Splash Mountain when that's going to start to go into refurb.
Yeah, people were asking earlier. They will probably announce that, I think, but my guess is it's probably going to be January. I mean, that's just the traditional refurb time for Splash. So,
right. So it might work. I think you're going to get blitzed with a lot of announcements next week.
Yep.
Which works out great for us, where we can share our thoughts and opinions on it.
Absolutely.
My thoughts, Josh's opinions. We won't let Ryan on because Ryan's opinions are very strong.
Oh boy.
But I mean, Josh, what do you think? Probably next. What are you thinking? I know you guys have a busy schedule with Thanksgiving, and
definitely won't be Thursday. So
why not? It's only a holiday. Come on.
Wait,
you want to do a Black Friday? We can do it during the day.
I'm gonna say maybe Black Friday during the day. No, I'm gonna say probably Wednesday, maybe again.
That works.
So yeah, we'll see.
I'll have my producer call your producer.
Sounds good.
But other than that, make sure to like us on YouTube. We went over that 200 subscribers. Still, now let's try to get to 300. We're gradually getting to those numbers that we want to. Make sure to like it out and share it out to your friends if they're looking for any information about Disney or any other travel. We're all over Instagram, all our agents. TikTok. Taylor's really helping us out by creating that TikTok. I'm not going to say we're going to do a dance because I don't want to do a dance anymore.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. We'll figure something out because I've seen a lot of different ideas. I'm not going to go there.
Okay.
Yet. Maybe once we reach that number, we'll put it out for a vote. We'll have a little poll for people. But Josh, you want to throw up Amanda's email?
Yes, I have got it right here, and if it's spelled wrong, it is Matt's fault.
It's all my fault.
Oh, you got it right there.
Boom.
In all its glory. So
Nice.
email me all your vacations.
Yes. Anybody who has any questions about vacations, hit Amanda up. She knows it all. Other than that, Josh, do you have anything to close it out with?
I don't think I really have anything else to add. I mean, if you're looking to plan your next vacation, obviously we are the people to go to, so we can help you. Yeah, I'm excited for D23. If you guys are interested, be on the lookout for next week. Next Wednesday, we'll do something that evening. So,
and I know you mentioned it earlier in your other podcast, the weekly breakdown. We're currently looking for new agents, right?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. That's maybe something I should have added.
Yeah,
we are looking for some new agents. So if you are interested at all, we are, obviously we specialize in Disney travel, but maybe you're interested in doing something else. We do leave the door open for you to do those other things as well. So, I would say I think that we've got a pretty good family. We had a fantastic little kind of GoldCon convention type of deal that we did earlier this month, which I think went over really well. Everybody had a great time. So
they're getting better and better every year we do it. We're getting more and more agents participating in it, and I can't wait for 2022 with the ideas that we're brainstorming already.
Should be a lot of fun. So
Yeah. So, Josh, do you have an email for that? Do you want to just go with the info?
no, I don't have an email.
Oh, no, we have the link. Don't we?
I think it would be better just to go to gogogetaways.com and you'll be able to find all the information right there.
Yeah.
So
And anybody that's looking to sign up, obviously we're getting into the holiday season, so don't panic if you don't hear from us right away. Most agents won't be starting until right around the first of the year.
yes,
with their training and stuff like that. We have a really fun training staff and mentorship program. So let us get through the holidays. If you don't hear from us by January 1st, then you can reach out again.
Yep.
Other than that, Amanda, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Maybe Josh, I'm thinking we do a special in January, not because it's the 1 year anniversary.
You sure?
Well, we're going to do that. And I got some crazy ideas about that. We're going to have a lot of Go Getaways agents up in the Northeast. So maybe we get maybe a little, like I've referred to it as the GoldCon Northeast Summit for January.
Should we do like a round table with you guys up there? Like,
is everybody we'll just make sure Ryan's like out getting
snacks. Oh man, what would be so cool would be the software is not there, so this would never work, but it'd be a really great idea to have you guys sit around a table and then just stick a 360 camera right in the middle and then live stream right from that.
Ooh.
But I don't think the software is really there yet to
your $1 million idea. So you can get on that.
I know, right?
The world cruise.
Dang, I better hurry up.
You just presented
Trademark. You heard it here first.
Copyright.
Yep. So we're back next week. We got a couple more weeks of this year. We're going to get a couple more episodes out.
Yep.
Getting into the first of the year, where it will be our 1 year Go Getaways podcast anniversary.
Yeah.
See you guys next week. Now we're off to plan your next vacation.
Bye, everybody.